Children learn by playing. Games are how children learn the world around them. When students enter the school system, gaming largely stops. This is a shame because games, especially board games, are a teaching tool that is underappreciated. Board games have been around for 4,600 years. They've been popular all over the world. Despite the onset of the digital age, they have not declined in popularity. In fact, board games are more popular now than they have ever been. All board games are interactive, have rules, at least one goal, a mean to measure players' progress, and a recognizable ending. But what is it that makes board games useful for learning? Games create a safe social space where simulated success and failure may be experienced by students as a result of their actions without any real-world consequences. Board games scaffold students' actions as they practice and learn persistence, risk-taking, collaboration, and problem-solving. As an interactive tool, games facilitate learning and retention to a greater degree than a lecture, for which studies suggest retention is less than 50%. Many games simulate complex systems, providing simplified experience for students. Monopoly simulates capitalism, Pandemic simulates a virus, Nunami is an indigenous sustainability game. These games simulate systems in a way text cannot. Other games, like the African math strategy game Soro, teaches counting and math skills. Rather than forcing students to memorize a mechanistic math process through repetition, these games encourage a problem-solving approach, which is core to math learning in STEAM. Apart from direct learning inherent in a game, there are many skills being exercised during board game play, such as problem-solving, concentration, teamwork, and patience, as well as social skills such as the concepts of taking turns and following rules. Despite the proliferation of computers, digital games present challenges due to insufficient availability of technology. Game use in class is estimated at 27% digital versus 56% non-digital. Additionally, the presence of a physical game lends a tactile aspect for the students to interact with, rather than an abstract digital interface. The game and its components present an additional level of manipulative learning that is not present in digital media. Tabletop miniature games take the element of the game components further, adding research and art elements. Players plan composition of their force, assemble and paint it. This speaks to the art elements of STEAM as well as to research, planning, and strategy. Games with a role-playing element can be explored in many ways by students according to their motivations and preferences. One study has identified a spectrum of typical player archetypes. Achievers motivated by status and challenge, explorers by investigation and discovery, socializers by networking and sharing, and killers motivated by winning in direct competition. A well-designed, inclusive game will accommodate a variety of interests and objectives. But how do we implement games as educational tools? Some commercial games are useful off the shelf. Most won't be, but existing games can be altered and adapted to fit lesson plans, or new games can be created from scratch. Games can be co-created by students. Game design can be incorporated into a maker project. Playing a game, and to an even greater degree designing one, can be a great vehicle to inquire into a wide variety of STEAM topics. But what are the challenges of tabletop games as pedagogical tools? Scheduling can be a challenge since a lot of time may be required to design and play some games. Also assessment. Formative assessment can be done by observation of gameplay. Post-game assessment should take the form of a class debriefing and discussion. Another challenge is that of balancing education versus entertainment. We want to teach, but we can't be too overt. A game is most effective if players derive enjoyment from gameplay rather than perceive the game as forcing learning on them. As we have seen, the ancient concept of the board game is still around for a reason. We find them compelling entertainment, a stimulating social interface, and most importantly for teachers, a powerful and time-tested pedagogical tool.